guys, welcome to Painting Happy Little Minis. I'm Gretchen.
And I'm Dave. If you're holding close.
You can still. That's
still
fresh.
help.
That all right. Okay.
John Martin.
John Martin. That's such a regular name.
How about Dennis Nav?
Yeah. Well, on the screen, it's funny because he almost looks like a possum.
He does.
And I'm Gretchen.
I'm Dave.
And we'll see you at the, about to say comic shop. We'll see you at the game store. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on this episode of Painting Happy Little Minis, where we get to say kick-ass.
Kick-ass.
Yeah! I'm Gretchen.
And I'm Dave.
And we are painting figures from the game Kick-Ass. Kick-Ass the game from CMON.
Fantastic.
Yes.
This is going to be a kick-ass episode.
Is it going to be a kick-ass episode?
I don't know. It's kind of tough with my Australian accent. Saying that like ass is kind of tough.
You can't get the twang.
No, in Australia it's arse. It's A-R-S-E.
You gotta get
So
your cowboy
kick-ass.
voice on.
Yeah.
All right, so I am gonna
There we
be
go.
painting Hit Girl.
Hit goal. Cool.
Yep. And you are going to be painting.
Two of the goons. I'm not sure what they're
Ooh.
called in the
Let's
in the
see. Let's
game,
see. Do
but,
they have? Well, this one right here is called Big Daddy.
Big Daddy. I won't be painting Big Daddy.
And let's see.
Let's have a look at those.
Yeah.
These cards are awesome. Are these like the
These are like art
I guess
cards.
dashboards as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on the back. There we go. Whee.
So they're part of the game.
So yeah, kick ass. Hit girl. Big Daddy. Ass kicker. Colonel Stars. Dr. Gravity. And back to kick ass.
Wonderful.
Very cool.
We
it's
will
gonna be awesome.
also, at some point in time, be doing a giveaway with the unopened version of Kick-Ass the game.
Which is sitting right behind.
It is.
There.
It's hiding.
It's on the shelf. Fantastic. There we go. Oh. From that camera angle.
Hey, everyone in the chat. Thanks for joining us.
Who do we have?
We have quite a collection. We have Michael and Carl and Sarah and Jeff and Edward. And in the other chat, we have Kat and we have let's see,
Runestorm.
Runestorm again. Hey, guys.
And Gary?
And Gary. I'm glad you can read. Well, you have glasses
I can read that
on.
one, but I can't read this one. This one's obscured by brushes and
Oh,
the
well.
kick-ass game.
All right.
But,
so,
Yeah.
ready to get started.
Yeah. Yep. Let's get stuck in.
So what did you use to prime these today?
Actually, it wasn't me.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, Johnny, taking all of the skills that he learned from the last time that we painted.
I did.
That's
Remember that,
good.
the priming video that we did? And so
We
he,
used Citadel Corax White.
Citadel Corax White for these. So, yep, and he did a good job.
You know what? If Johnny
work,
can
Johnny.
learn how to do it,
Anyone can learn how to do it.
Dave, I was actually going to ask you like how I did because I feel like some of the crevices I was
Yeah.
worried about like I didn't get all the way under them.
Well, now I'm going to look at it with a very, very,
Very critical eye.
yeah, critical eye. I think it looks fine.
Yeah.
My
That-
critical eye.
It's fine.
It's good. It's fine.
Good. Yeah, my critical eye. Yeah, on this guy, there's a little bit of yellow, sort of the bony yellow sort of showing through, but
That's the one I was having a hard time with.
yeah, no, it's just fine. It's going to be covered with lots of other colors, so I'm going to show you actually just really cool thing. Sorry. So these guys have skull masks, which is neat.
Ooh.
So they've got balaclavas with the skull masks on them. And, yep, this guy here, actually, looks like it's all of them. Have that crazy,
Like the one, you can do it with your face. I can't do it
Yeah.
with my face.
so it's the raised eyebrow look on the skull, which is pretty cool.
I have a hard time with.
I can do it like this, or I can do it like this.
Screamer
Oh, sorry.
pink. That's kind
There
of
we
purpley.
You can get back to me.
Ooh,
My
that's a
face.
purple.
Come on, Johnny. Yeah, there we go.
Ah, that's a good purple.
And that's what people watch. Wargames.
For the eyebrows.
I can't do that with my eyebrows. I wish I could. I can just like scrunch them and then unscrunch them.
My right eyebrow is malfunctioning at the moment, so let's just move on. So we were just discussing this right before we came in air, when we discovered that neither of us have read the comics
We haven't.
and neither of us have watched the movie.
I have watched scenes from the movie.
Okay.
But I have not actually sat down and watched the whole film. I hear it's really good though, and it has
I also hear this.
as Drake Bell in it. That you look like you don't know who that is, but he was in a lot of Nickelodeon productions, kids productions.
Okay, radio.
Growing up, and is quite a funny guy. He's a good guy. He actually did. Believe he also did the voice for one of the Spider-Man animated things at some point in time too.
Cool.
So he's a nerd.
Right. Excellent. Does he play one of the heroes? I guess he plays one of the heroes.
He plays the lead.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe. Doesn't he? Someone might have to like correct me on this. Drake Bell. Isn't he in Kick-Ass?
I hope he is.
It might be wrong. I might actually be completely wrong.
Don't be
I know
wrong.
that the lead is played by Aaron Taylor Johnson.
No, then then maybe I'm thinking of a different like tongue-in-cheek grimy. How many tongue-in-cheek satirical superhero films are there?
7.
There's so many.
Don't ask me to name them all.
Someone in chat help us out. What is this? Help us. That's what you're here for. You're supposed to.
Well,
I need someone in chat to go, well, actually.
I'm just hoping that Johnny's pulled up IMDb.
Oh, that's true. There's also that. Maybe he wasn't in that. I know Nicolas Cage was in Kick-Ass. Like, I have a very vibrant memory of that. maybe Drake
Well,
Bell was
that's a-
in something else.
Nicolas Cage being in there is a fairly easy guess because Nicolas Cage is in like everything.
Is he in everything, though? Is he really?
Maybe not really, but just seems like he's in everything. Pick a genre, doesn't matter.
Pick a genre.
He'll have
Pick a genre, any genre.
any genre. He'll have made a film in it.
What's your genre of Nick Cage? Now I want to know what memory I have of Drake.
Who's in that memory?
Yeah, who is there? Who what were you in?
Sounds like these people need an alibi.
I'm going to go home now and I'm going to hide my shame by binge watching all of them.
Right, okay. That's cool. You should totally do that. I think the cool thing here is no doubt in the comics and in the movies, these guys had a particular color scheme or a uniform.
Yeah, that's what I
Kind of look.
remember about watching
But,
all the commercials for the movie I didn't see.
Right.
They all had a very particular, easy to identify color scheme.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go with a fairly sort of non-uniform kind of look. As far as like as non-uniform as you can get with guys wearing leather jackets and Dr. Martin boots. 14 holes.
At least I can say that I watched Into the Spider-Verse recently.
Okay.
I caught up on that. That was good. That was everything I loved and liked in any kind of superhero film.
Cool.
But did you know that there's a new 8-minute short they put out for Jurassic Park? Jurassic World?
I did not know that.
They filmed it in secret in Ireland.
Okay.
It is canon. It is in universe. They use the animatronics.
Wow.
And they just did that secretly and then let it drop on the world. And now you can find it online. It's available to watch. It's like free to watch, and you can just 8 minutes of extra Jurassic World content.
Fantastic.
Some animatronic dinosaurs going after people.
That's awesome. How many times have you watched that?
I actually haven't gotten to it yet because it dropped when I was in Indiana.
Who are you and what have you done with Gretchen?
I'm waiting actually for my boyfriend to rig it up so I can watch it on the big TV and not on my tiny little laptop.
Oh, okay, radio. That's fair enough.
I'm strategically waiting. I'm not just waiting.
Okay, there's a reason.
Well, first I was in Indiana, so I couldn't get to it because I'd have to watch it on my phone with internet connection that I didn't really have.
Right, okay. That's cool. How was Alliance Open House?
Alliance Open House was awesome. Played some games, made some friends, talked to everyone.
Yep. You did. Johnny was saying you guys did like 30 videos?
We did.
30 videos over the course of what, 4 days?
Oh, yeah.
Insane.
I was tired.
3 days?
3 days, 40
Wow.
videos, all Gretchen talking.
Fantastic.
But we did have something come out of it from our good friends at Smirk and Dagger.
Kirk at
We
Smoking Nugget?
did. Smirk and Dagger they went into my Instagram and they plucked a picture of me and one of my pictures where I'm modeling for I Do Declare. And I have like armor and I have a sword, and they put it on a printable little sheet for their Cutthroat Caverns.
And there it is.
Very good.
Yeah!
Check it.
So I am now a playable Cutthroat Caverns character.
That's awesome. And I think if people do want to add that to their Cutthroat Caverns, they can head to the Smoke and Dagger Facebook page.
They can.
Like the page.
Yeah.
Let them know that we sent you. Or that Gretchen sent you. They wouldn't know who I
Gretchen
am.
said, "Go here,
Go here.
do that."
And then you can download the card, which would be pretty awesome.
Michael, have fun at work.
Boo. Do the work.
He has to make money to buy more minis.
It's true. True. But still, boo to work. Yeah. No, that's awesome. I had a great time when I was at Alliance Open House last year. And yeah, it's very cool that you guys did so much.
We did so much. The only
like-
thing that I was sad about is I didn't get to paint. The Whiz Kids paint the minis that they had for
Okay.
the big little, what was it called, Johnny?
It's called a paint and take.
A paint and take. I was about to say paint and sip, but I was pretty sure that was wrong. They might have had sips there too.
The evening session.
Yes, the evening
around the
session
bar
was-
was paint and sip.
So that was the canvas painting class that was down the street. I think you got lost.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Why is my mic not loud enough? I feel like I'm screaming.
To us, it also sounds like you're screaming, Johnny.
Well, it's the only way that the
It's
microphone
the
can hear me.
existential horror of it
Yeah.
all.
But they had a dinosaur. They had a T-Rex mini.
Oh, awesome.
And I was like, yeah, but couldn't get to it.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah,
Did you-
this year's selection for the paint and take was actually like they really stepped up their game. They had
It was hardcore.
T-Rex, they had some dragons, and they had cloud giants. So they were
Wow.
fairly big, large-sized minis.
Yeah, they were huge minis. I mean, last year it was the owl bear, right?
Yes. Last year was the owlbear.
So
We also got to go to the best pizza place in the history of Decatur, Indiana.
okay. Awesome.
Famous Monster Pizzas. We did a playthrough of Horrified there
Very
from
cool.
Ravensburger, and it was the coolest pizza shop I've ever seen in my life. It's just iconic monsters everywhere. Things that were autographed from like the 60s and 70s,
Okay.
long ago.
Thank you for not saying
yeah.
things like the 80s, long ago.
Just so much just cool fan memorabilia. Like you could tell this guy was just a huge fan.
Cool.
And then he made us the best garlic bread
Okay.
I've ever had in my life. It was so good.
Yeah.
That's my fondest memory.
First memory.
It was the type of garlic bread where you tear it apart and the cheese goes shh, like in a Goofy movie.
Okay.
It was very good choice. Delicious.
Which is funny because moments earlier, everyone was laughing at me like, "Why are you getting garlic cheesy bread?"
Well,
Yeah.
we thought you were just gonna get breadsticks, and then you ended up getting the taste of the heavens, like the nectar of the gods in bread form. What were we supposed to do, Johnny?
Not question me.
Not question you. We know that next time, right? But Johnny, that's your lot in life, to be questioned.
Yeah, that's true.
Excellent.
So is anyone in chat, like, what are people in chat's thoughts about Kick-Ass? And now I want to know.
Have they seen the movie?
Yeah, have you guys
they read
seen
the
the
comics?
movie? Read the comics, done the things?
It's one of those things where I know if I was like 5 years younger, I'm sure I would have watched the movie.
I feel like it definitely was
I'm
like...
also certain that I would not have still not have read the comics, just because I don't read comics.
You don't read comics?
No.
I like comics. I read comics.
Oh, I think they're great.
I'm lazy
I think there
about
should be
buying
more of
them,
them.
though. I wait until I'm like either someone's like, Gretchen, read this, take this.
Oh, okay. You like the personal reference.
Or if I like
Yeah, it's dangerous
end up in
to
a
go
comic, it's dangerous to go alone.
It's
Take
dangerous
this.
to go alone. Take this.
Oh man, Batman, thanks. You're right. This would be helpful.
That'd be good. But what are they saying?
What are they saying? Carl says, saw the movie long ago. I'm solidly in Camp Meh.
Okay. Sure.
So according to Carl, we didn't miss out on anything.
Right. Okay.
That bucket of paints is driving me crazy. How can you tell what you have? Please ask Game Trade Media to buy you a paint bottle tray.
Sometimes what I do, Kat, if I can't find something, because I can look around the sides and see where the paints are around the sides, and then I might look up like that to see if the paint I need is on the bottom. And if I can't see it in any of those locations, it must be in the center. Then I can dig around in there.
Yeah, I just rummage
You're just borrowing.
like a little squirrel. And if I can't find it, then that's obviously fate and destiny
It's a
telling
sign.
me I need a different color.
It's all these things.
Gretchen, how do you choose your color schemes? I found some colors.
Randomly. You can use that word. There we go. There's a burnt red.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You've already put out screw of pink
Yeah.
there. Did you get another
I
red?
brought out some red. I was going to mix my own purple till I found actual purple.
Actual purple.
And then I got
Nice.
so excited because I don't know if any of you at home have tried mixing purple before, but purple is one of the most obnoxious colors to mix. It is truly, truly not my favorite.
It is a tough one. It's one that if you're mixing it each time, you'll never get the same.
I'll never
shade
get the
or tone of
same.
purple. It's why so a lot of people look at white and they go, white's the toughest color to paint, or yellow's the toughest color to paint. That sort of thing. Purple.
It's purple.
Purple every
It's
time.
purple. Because you will never mix it the same
Yep.
ever in your life.
So I'm sorry, Drew Carrington. Your whole theory about white is just wrong.
Going through the box like a paint bullet.
Yeah.
Blew
exactly.
it. Yeah, no, bullet. Yeah, I can't read. All right. Let's
I
see.
think maybe he means bullet.
Bullet.
Like, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
That's
yeah.
what I thought.
Yep.
Yeah. See, kids, that's a D&D reference.
It is, and I got that one, but only because is it like a month ago, two
2 months ago when we painted them.
Yep.
I feel like Dave every now and then is kind of like that scene in Avengers. He's like Captain America's like, oh, I got that reference.
I got that reference. Pretty much. Yep. But most of the time, not. Not that.
It's okay. We'll make a bucket and we'll fill it with references Dave understands, and we'll put it up here. And during the episode, I'll just
You pull out one.
pull one out and read it, and it'll be like little fortune cookies.
I'd really appreciate that. It would help me feel connected.
But you have to make all of the references now.
You do have to make all the references.
Well, how would I know that you understood them?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We'll find out when we start doing it. But yeah. I think that can look pretty cool. A little sort of red balaclava there to go behind the skull mask.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm fixing my mistakes with my purple when I went to paint her mask.
No.
Yeah, currently Hit Girl has 2 purple eyes as well as a purple mask, but that's okay because we're gonna fix it. Rick would have gotten that reference. Thankfully, I did too, and so did Johnny.
Yeah. Which one?
The
bullet one?
yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I got it this time. Because of 2 months ago. That's all okay. It's all okay. Well, one thing I was going to mention while you were off in Indiana having fun playing games and eating cheesy bread.
It was really just a dream come true.
Yep. I stayed at home in Baltimore, and we had my daughter's annual Lucky Weekend.
Oh.
So at her school, they have a Latino heritage night each year, where they have food, like it's a big potluck kind of thing. Everybody brings in food, and they have dancing, and they have all sorts of things. But they have a raffle every year.
That's cool.
And for the last 2 years, including this year, my daughter has won a piñata.
Did it have fun stuff in it?
No, sorry, the piñata's are empty. You got to fill your own piñata, but you want a
That
piñata
defeats
both
the
years.
purpose of winning a piñata.
Well, the crazy thing is that we haven't used the piñata from last year, so now we have 2 piñatas in the house.
We should fill it with something
just hanging
fun.
around as piñatas do.
We should fill it with something fun.
Something fun.
Yeah.
Well, normally you'd fill it with candy, right? On Sunday, it was the street fair, my local street fair, which takes place like right out on my street. You open the door and you walk out.
And
Across
there
the porch,
it is.
and there it is, exactly. And like one house down is where the porta potties are.
That's not as happy, but okay.
No, as long as they're not in front of our house, it's great. But at that, there's one organization that runs a candy corn guessing competition.
Ooh, did she win that too?
She did. Spoiler alert, she did.
I was hoping you weren't going to spoil it till the end.
Let's just grab that punchline. But the real punchline is, though, that this is the 3rd year in a row that she has correctly guessed.
So she's just a psychic.
She is a candy corn savant.
That sounds like a talent you could really you could utilize that.
We did start thinking about how to monetize it. And the closest we could come up with was like travel from like county fair to county fair, and have her.
Eventually, you're banned from every county fair.
No, people come along. No, not having her go there and sort of win things. Basically, have her go there and be one of the carnies, and people bring their.
Turn your daughter into a carny.
I wasn't going to turn her into like this. Obviously, like this ability that she has, this superpower. If you will, Candy Corn Girl, is that people can bring along their own jars of candy corn.
Oh,
and she gets to guess how many are in there, and if she's correct, they pay her money.
I was going to say she just gets to keep the candy corn.
Yeah, but nobody really wants candy corn, do they?
I like candy corn as like a
too.
munching thing. I appreciate it as a munching thing. I don't typically eat a whole lot of it. But I like the texture of candy corn.
Right,
Not
okay.
as much the taste, but the texture of it. Like, this is a good snacky thing. No.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well,
I just
Dave,
know
let
that there are a
me-
lot of people who don't like the candy corn.
There are
Sure.
many who don't.
And I don't really understand it.
Dave, let me get your opinion on this, though. In terms of the guessing games,
Yeah.
I've seen people who have pulled this trick, and I think this is a little unfair, but they put like a clear plastic container in the middle of whatever it is. They fill it. So if you put like a plastic container in the middle, which takes up some of the negative space,
Okay.
so it throws off the number of what you think it might be.
That's cheating.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's cheating on the part. That's obviously done on that's the person who is running it is doing that, and
Yeah.
that is being deceptive. Yes, I haven't seen that in this situation,
Wouldn't it be cool if your daughter's like powers just escalated to where they could look at it and be like, cheating? Like, they could just figure it out.
She walks up and sniffs it a little bit and goes, something's not
There's
right.
extra stuff in here.
That smells like plastic in there.
And she goes, 602 and 1 plastic bottle. Yeah, that sounds terrible, Johnny. I hope to never encounter that. Quite disappointing. But yeah, I wouldn't be a fan of that sort of situation. But yes, so that's what I did instead. Just reveled in the
Well, it's
the
cooler
lucky
now.
glory of my daughter.
It's time to start getting spooky.
Yeah.
Fall is happening. See, the first half of September, I feel like, is still summertime. But as soon as you hit mid-September, it swaps over and you're into pre-fall.
Right.
People argue back and forth about September, but if you just break it up right in the middle.
Right in the
it's
middle, split it down the middle. That's what you're saying.
perfect.
Oh. Johnny's going to bring that a little bit closer. Is he? There we go. That's Johnny's hand right there.
And that's Johnny's thumb.
We need to come up with a hashtag for this giveaway.
Yes, we do.
We can hashtag kickass.
Oh. I
See.
think about it.
I thought it was going to... My suggestion was hashtag punch butt.
Hashtag punch bite.
How about hashtag slap butt? No, kick ass. Hashtag kick ass.
All right, hashtag kickass it is.
Yep.
Hashtag watch the movie.
Oh. But yes, if you'd like to win a copy of Kick-Ass, the game from CMON, you can pop hashtag Kick-Ass in the chat. Any of the chats, we don't mind. Johnny will be keeping an eye on them for us. Do you think?
What else do you have to do back there, Johnny? Other than relax and have a good time.
Oh, yeah, because I'm sipping Mai Tais back here.
Johnny has just admitted he is sipping Mai Tais. And that, my friends, is kick-ass.
We're just happy we can say that word today.
For sure.
Yeah.
I wonder if it is on the list of words you can't usually say.
I don't think it is. I know that we got permission to say badass
Okay.
because it was a game.
Right.
And we were like, how are we supposed to say the title of the game? So I know that is on our list of PG-13 words. Or
Cool.
PG words. I don't really know. We try to keep it family friendly here.
We do indeed. There we go. Grab that one.
Oh no, I got the pink not where I wanted it to go. That's okay. Because we have more time,
We do. We do indeed.
which means that I can fix my mistakes.
Well, while you're fixing your mistakes there, I think maybe we should take a quick look at some minis from the group.
I love that idea.
Radio!
From the Painting Happy LIl Minis Facebook group. Direct to your
Direct to your screen at home.
YouTube watching screen or Facebook watching screen, whatever it happens to be. You don't necessarily have to be at home. You might be at work.
Wherever you are.
You might be having lunch. I'm getting hungry.
Should have snacked.
Okay, yes, I should have. Okay, so new member Mark Sweat.
Ooh, I like that.
I hope your name is pronounced Sweat. It might be sweet, but I'm not sure. But yeah, that is cool, isn't it?
That's
Six-legged crazy
like
wolf.
a wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah. That looks terrifying. That looks like something when you'd go to fight it, you'd have to blink a couple times because you wouldn't like understand what was coming at you.
Yeah, yeah. And I bet you it wouldn't move like a regular wolf.
No, I bet it's
wonder-
faster.
Yeah. it
Isn't that
probably
the
is.
rule? The more legs you have, the faster you go.
It certainly looks like it. It certainly looks like you're moving faster. Think of millipedes and centipedes and stuff like that. But no, looks great, Mark. I think the blending you've done on the fur on the back, up to that sort of red almost mohawk along there. It looks great. Colors on the face
Hackles
too.
all raised.
Yeah. Hackles, there we go. That's what they are. Thank you very much. Yeah, that looks great, Mark. Well done. And welcome to the group. David is painting a cave troll, and I was trying out some purple on the Minotaur there. And as we were just talking earlier, purple's an incredibly tough color.
Purple is so difficult to work with.
So I think you're doing well there. I think uniform purple, so doing a purple across a whole range of models and getting it uniform is very tough. So that's why I usually keep my purple to one-off models, because then you can do sort of anything with them. But yeah, looking good. Come along nicely. Well done, Dave. Fabrice, I can't remember where this. Oh, I think this model might be from Zombicide, from the sci-fi Zombicide Invader. I could be wrong, but no, it's looking great. I think I always love sci-fi models that have like white and orange.
Oh yeah.
And gray. It's just that classic.
It's a very
sort of
sci-fi aesthetic.
It is.
That and like the lime green.
Yeah. Yep.
That's very sci-fi.
Definitely. But looking really good, Fabrice. Nice work on the face too. Oh, Ralph Odin Jr. Life will find a way. Because he is 3D printing.
I'm so excited to see how all of this ends up working out and painted.
Yeah.
It is
looking
so
great.
delightful.
Do you want a drumstick? So he could just print you a drumstick.
I would, if I had just the T-Rex legs, I would put those on everything.
Everything.
I would have too much power with a 3D printer.
Yeah. You should totally get one. That'd be a lot of fun.
Oh my God.
But no, looking good, Ralph. Very nice. Nicholas Fletcher finished it tonight for a bit of fun. It looks great. Lovely wizard. I'm not sure where it's from, but done a great job there. I love the contrast of the skin, and which is nice and sort of bright. Contrasts really well with the darker work around it. The auburn hair, the
Definitely.
deep red of the dress. Looks great. And the braces and the gloves and stuff. Nice work, Nick. Don, a Wastelander for Fallout, or a Wastelander for Fallout Wasteland Warfare. Giving Johnny Oleona a bit of a dig there. But no, nice work, Don.
I didn't type it.
You didn't type it? Yeah, okay. But no, it looks great. Against again, the contrast is great. The little pop of blue on the bandana is working really well against the like the
I have
orange.
to
and
tilt my head to be able to see the other side of it. For the folks at home, the camera is directly in my line of sight. So when I'm looking at these, I have to
Yep, and that's why I'm going this way.
head
So,
tilt.
for some reason, the camera's unusually high today. But yeah, the bandana's working really well against the like the rust on the helmet and the those brown boots. Nice work, Don. Very cool. Oh, Josh Edwards is maybe getting ready for
Ooh,
the Ossiarch Bone Reapers.
that looks
is a-
rad.
It does look super cool,
Or
doesn't it?
Bring your cameras down.
Bring the camera down.
That's as far as it goes.
Oh, okay.
That helps nothing.
Thanks, Johnny. That's a little bit of a help. It's all right.
Go back to drinking Mai Tais.
And now he's moving the monitor. But yeah, Neferata, Mortarch of Blood for Age of Sigmar. So I think you're going to be able to use Neferata in the upcoming sort of skeletons book that's coming for Age of Sigmar from Games Workshop. But yeah, looking fantastic. Awesome work on those bones. Nice one, Josh. Johnny's back at the thing. Oh, there we go. David Moffat. FCC House 4. I'm hoping it's House 4 by Megacon Games. Yep, these are looking good. The nice sort of uniform use of the green, the red, and the bone across the armor and the fatigues.
They all look different, but you can tell they're a set.
Yeah, yep, exactly. A great sort of ragtag squad. But no, looking good. Very nice, David. Oh, Mark Maxwell. Dollar General decoration. Got a full makeover. So, yep, that looks cool.
That's always really fun when you go into the dollar store and you're like,
Oh, good.
what could I do with that?
I should pick that up now.
Challenge mode.
Yep,
We should do that. That'd be fun. Dollar store makeover day.
that's a good idea. That's a good idea. We should definitely do that. Maybe we should go actually to the Halloween store, like Spirit of Halloween or whatever it's called.
That would be
Party City.
parties.
Party City. Spirit of Halloween, same thing. But yeah.
Okay.
And then pick something up and come back and paint it for Halloween. That'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
Let me try that. But yeah, looking good, Mark. Like it. Oh, Sean Horrocks has been using contrast paints to paint up his Untamed Beasts from Warcry,
Ooh.
which are looking really nice. Yeah, I'm loving your work on these, Sean. They're looking great. My Iron Golem would be excited to fight your guys. I'm actually be playing my first games of Warcry tonight down at Games and Stuff. It should be really good. But yeah, sorry, if you can just go back to that for a second, Johnny. The one of the things that I think works really well with these is the leather wrapping
Oh yeah.
on the half of the weapons and the arms and that sort of thing, and the bone. So each of those, like the snakebite leather and the skeleton horde contrast paints, are just fantastic. But yeah, excellent. Thanks very much, Johnny. We'll move to the next one. Jason is working on some. He's starting painting his Night Vault set for Age of Sigmar. Yeah, I think these are the. So Night Vault is the second season of Warhammer Underworlds. And Osher, did you get to talk to GW this weekend about?
We talked about Warhammer.
Yep, cool. And did you talk about Beastgrave?
No.
No? Okay. Beastgrave is season 3.
Me trying to like think back in my memory over the 40 different interviews.
The very first one that we did.
It was the very first one?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, Johnny remembered it.
No, we did. I have some minis I actually got from that.
Oh, cool.
So.
Excellent. But yeah, so I think these are the Far Striders, and they're looking very cool. Painting them in the two halves like that is means you can get in and around behind the.
Oh, so I don't have to do
details.
like the weird painting minis, yoga.
The painting yoga, yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, looking good, Nick, Jason. Yeah, gold looks great. Oh, Josh, Mini Painting Studio.
Ooh, I love the orange with the purple.
Yep.
That it blends in like just enough to make it all look cohesive.
Yep. Does look very cool. So this is from Free Blades, which is a cool skirmish game from some guys out of Kansas, I think. Missouri, my bad. But yeah, looking great there, Josh. It's nice when you get a chance to, if you're a commission painter, and you get a chance to paint some stuff for yourself. It's definitely cool. Yeah, looking good. Robert Sokoluk has been he says sometimes a bit of hand sculpting is therapeutic. That is frightening. Frightening, Rob.
That looks like it's going to be amazing when it's done, though.
It does. It does look super cool. But yeah, so that's I think sculpting those sort of the scales, I guess, the bony protuberances. I chose totally the wrong word there. It's the
That's
it's the right
okay.
word for the situation, the
Yes,
wrong word to say.
I'm not.
It's difficult to say.
I'm not going to judge you, though.
Fantastic, I appreciate it, thank you. But it looks like he's sculpted those out of brown stuff, which is great.
So how does brown stuff differ from green stuff?
Brown stuff, when you mix it together, mix the two halves together, turns brown. And green stuff, when you mix the two halves together, makes green. So, but no, that's not the only difference. My bad. Brown stuff is a little bit firmer, and when it cures, it's much harder than green stuff.
Okay.
Green stuff is a little bit more flexible and is great for sort of organic kind of shapes. Brown stuff is great for sharp edges or hard edges and fine, crisp detail work.
All right.
Because you can come back and carve that afterwards,
Ah.
or file it down and get really sharp edges on it, which is great. But yeah, that looks great, Rob.
See,
Nice work.
sometimes you learn things on this show.
Indeed. Simon Tester. Oh, so this is a Thousand Sun Sorcerer. I think it's Ahriman.
That
I could be
is
wrong.
so much on the bottom of that. Like the cloak and the base and the, like in a good
Yep.
way so much. Like that, there's just so many details.
Oh yeah, there is so much going on. That base is like a flying disc that the sorcerer is standing on, which is then floating over all of the skulls.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks fantastic. I like that you haven't tried to put too much detail into the purple as well, because there is a lot of other detail going on.
Yeah.
So the purple gives the eyes a sort of a place to rest.
It makes sure that you have, it like makes everything else pop.
Yeah, yeah. It's that it contrasts the detail versus no detail, which is nice. If it's all detail, it's tough to get that. But yeah, looking good, Simon. Nice work.
Ooh,
There
and
we
we're
go.
back.
Cool. I think we have some more minis because it's been 2 weeks, so we've got some more minis for a little bit later in the show, which will be cool. There we go. And I noticed that like halfway through that at one point I thought I was jamming this end
Oh no.
into the, but I was doing the other way. Like, hope I haven't ruined the brush. Should be okay.
That's okay. Anytime a brush is ruined, it just gets reborn as something that I don't want to do with my good brushes.
Right. So dry brushing.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty much all of my dry brushes are.
Or flicking paint to get like a
Right.
speckling or anything like that.
Yeah. That's cool.
Paint.
So how is?
So all the base colors are slowly but surely coming together.
Okay.
I usually try to do the lighter colors first so that if I get messy, I can go over the dark when I'm doing the dark colors and touch things up.
Right.
So far, if I can get all those little base colors done, I can go back in and do some fun shading and she will really pop.
Yep.
And if I get really lucky and I have lots of time, which I always have, you know me, getting these minis done totally within the time frame given to me,
Yep.
then I think it'd be fun to do some really bold highlights and shadows to kind of make it look comic booky.
Okay. Yep.
Um,
Actually, yeah, that would be a good idea. One thing I'm talking about comic book style on miniatures. A friend of mine, Mike Cousins, who runs Epic Duck Studios.
Ooh.
He does fantastic comic book style painting on miniatures. So you'll have the like the inked lines.
Those are
Over
so
the top of
difficult.
the-
You have to have such a steady hand.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's spectacular at that. He has a Twitch streaming channel as well.
Oh.
So if you check out Epic Duck Studios on Facebook or Instagram or Twitch or YouTube probably, yeah, you can get a really cool idea of how to do that kind of painting. It's definitely
I
very
feel like that'd
neat.
be really good for people who do a lot of superhero work.
Yep. Yep. It's actually it's amazing how many things you can apply it to really well, but it does have that extra pop on that like superhero or the sort of the extra fantastic kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's done some really nice work on models from Monster Apocalypse from Privateer Press. So
And speaking of all these superheroes, guys, again, hashtag Kickass is going to be for our giveaway today. So if you are interested in winning your own copy of Kickass the Game by CMON, then go ahead and put hashtag Kickass into the chat.
you managed to say kick-ass 3
I
times
just want to say
in
kick-ass.
less than a minute.
Kickass, Kickass,
Yes,
Kickass.
Yeah, there we go, see. In context, it's fine. But, yeah.
I just want to be a cool kid.
Don't we all? Just let me get it. There we go. Okay.
Oh. See all these little teeny tiny folds up around her neck. Why the cape, girl? Why the cape? Are capes really that cool? I don't think so.
What was the name of the costume designer
Edna?
in Edna? Edna in,
I have watched that superhero
Right,
movie.
in The Incredibles.
No capes.
No
No
capes.
capes. No capes.
See, now if you'd mentioned that, I would have got that reference.
Oh, see, I'll add that to the
list.
reference. Yeah, the list of references Dave gets.
Cool. There we go.
But then also, like in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, he's got a list of things that he needs to learn or try.
Every time Dave doesn't get a reference,
You're gonna write
we're
it
going to
down?
put that on, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, you're now Captain America.
Well, that's a terrible promotion to receive. I'll take that.
Now you...
Who wants to hand me my shield made from vibranium?
That's on the next episode of Painting Happy LIl Minis. Paint the
I will
shield.
totally be here. I will totally be here next Thursday. Excellent. One of the things, talking a little bit of painting stuff, injecting some painting into this comedy show. With the Corax White Prime, the Corax White isn't a pure white. Mm-hmm. It's a very, 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 very pale gray, which is great. It means when you're actually painting white, you can leave some of it in the shadows, so you can paint pure white over the top. But just to enhance those shadows a little bit, I like to go in with some not quite as light gray or pale gray. It's actually called light gray here from Vallejo. And put that down in the shadows so that you can come back and pick out things like, in this case on the mask, it's the teeth. Across right at the tip of my brush. So,
I mean, I have to say, Dave, like today was my first time ever priming, but I was amazed at how well that Corax White like really made all the details like stand out and pop, so you could see all the little nooks and crannies.
yeah, yep. It's definitely good. There are some, basically it's that gray element to it. So anytime you're priming something with gray, either a mid gray or a light gray, you're going to get a lot more of the, you get a lot more visual contrast on a model. So sometimes the reason that a lot of hard plastic models are done in gray is because visually it has the best contrast. So the models, you can see the details on the models. But sometimes with colored plastics, they lose a bit of that. Your eye isn't able to pick up as well. So like on the yellows or red plastic or that kind of thing, it's a little bit more difficult. So as soon as you put that primer on it, it really bumps up the contrast.
Science.
Science. I'm sure it is a scientific sort of way your eyes work kind of thing.
Well, I mean, your eyes are pre-programmed to look for anything with contrast in it because it usually either means food, water, or predator.
Right.
Or prey.
Yep.
So.
Depending on what kind of
day you're having.
what kind of day you're having. Exactly. Yep. Okay, I wonder what color I should do his shirt. What do you think?
Maybe a dark blue to pop that red out.
Dark blue? Okay, let's go with that. A little bit of of Cantor blue there.
Trying to get her boots done. So I can do her gloves, so I can do her hair, so I can fix the part on her face where I put red and I shouldn't have.
Right. So there we go.
I actually shouldn't really care about if these boots get any dark gray on the base because I'm just going to be painting that black.
Right.
Do-do-do-do.
There we go. So I'm going to leave that for the moment. One of the things I'm going to come back and do now is I think it's something that I've probably talked about a little bit on the show before, is
Share your wisdom.
one of the things I like to do with highlighting leather, so either brown leather or black leather, is rather than just going for like a gray or a lighter brown or that kind of thing. And nope, I don't think I have it in there. Is I'll pick a color, something like this elf skin tone from Vallejo, but something that's got a bit of orange into it. And then, oops, oh, there we go. And take the original color and mix that in with that pale orange. Highlight like this. I used a contrast paint for this brown leather jacket here. So it's already given me some nice highlights and shadows, which is very cool. But then I can come back, mix a bit of the wildwood here in with the elf
Make it
skin tone.
Look a little bit more worn.
Yep. So anywhere along those kind of the edges where you're going to get those scuff marks. So obviously this guy is going to run it, like his elbows are going to scrape along walls as he's rushing forward to
All right.
fight the superheroes around that line around their sort of elbow pit, whatever this part is called, the inside of the elbow. This bit.
It's an elbow pit now.
An elbow pit, yeah. What's the back of the knee called, apart from the back of the knee?
I don't know.
The knee. It should be the knee pit. That's my thought on it. But anyway, but that's going to be another area there where there's lots of creasing because it keeps bending.
Yeah.
So the sleeves, the leather is going to crack there. Across the top of the shoulders, another spot. You're going to get it. Basically, yeah. I'll show if you can see that on the camera there. But just go along and rather than painting a nice sort of smooth stroke like I'd normally do for a highlight, so just pick out some and then a kind of loose rhythm across there, so it looks like scuffed or worn, broken leather. I think that's cool. It just adds that extra level of detail to it and texture. Oh, have we had a whole bunch of hashtag kick-asses coming up in the
We
chat?
have quite a few hashtag kick-asses. It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. Someone will be the lucky winner.
Cool. Because somebody has to be? We're forcing somebody to be?
We're forcing someone to be. Someone out there, they don't know yet. They're going to be our lucky winner, whether they want to be or not. Well, you'd assume they'd want to be because they did the
pretty
hashtag.
much. They did the
but-
hashtag thing. Yeah. For sure. Around the edge of the collar is another great place for it. So I'm not sure if you can see that too well. Let's have a look. Yeah, and that's coming up. Cool looking detail there. Nice one.
Almost done with her gloves. I'm so glad that 90% of her body is covered in super suit.
Right.
It makes it so much easier.
I'm kind of tempted to like paint gloves on these guys, but I don't think I will. And we're dabbing along there.
I mean, Dave's making short work of these goons. I feel like I should have primed more minis.
Possibly, yeah.
Don't worry, there's still Kick-Ass himself right here.
Well, let's see how that goes. Maybe we take an intermission to run out and prime a couple more. It's the joy of the what do you call it? Contrast paints. I think. Okay. It's gonna. Something I have noticed is sometimes if you're sort of applying your contrast paint coat quite quickly, you might end up with a very, very thin layer on an area, which then might reveal, like as it dries and contracts, you might get a white spot in there. You can just go back and touch those up quickly. Not too much of a problem. Okay, so I've done that on the brown coat leather jacket, and now on the black leather jacket here, you can do exactly the same thing. Oh, so it's going to have...
You want me to go prime some more?
No, it should be okay. Should be okay.
Speed prime.
We might need to do that. Let's, what do you reckon? Should we try
I
it?
mean, I'm definitely going to be painting this for the rest of the
For
time.
the rest of the show? Okay, then. Okay, well,
I don't think I think I will be, if I get through her, I don't know if I'll have enough time to do much at all on that guy.
okay, no worries. Well,
Slow and steady wins the race.
in that case, yeah, no need to worry. I'll paint Kick-Ass there. Kick-Ass. But
Because I'm almost done with all of her base colors, but then I have to go through and highlight and
Do your
shade
highlight.
and make her look pretty.
all the fun things. Cool. And if you do try this and you find that your the highlight that you're doing or the cracking or the whatever is too bright and you want to knock that back a little bit, you can just thin down some black paint or thin down something like where is it? Null Oil or the Army Painter's Dark Tone, and run that over as a glaze, and
That's a good idea.
tint that highlight a little bit
Yeah.
and help sort of blend it back in. So don't be afraid if you do sort of find you've made it too bright.
Paint her swords here. That dual wielding life.
The way you said that was it's just imagining like, I'm going to paint your your silver pants blue. And then I realized I just painted this guy's pants blue. So there we go. I wonder if everybody who has a weapon is dual wielding.
It looks like it. Most people tend to have their hands pretty full. She has two swords. He
Kid
has
has
two,
two.
like two tampa?
You could open,
Not really
Two
tampa, two
batons?
you
pipes.
could open the box and see what the minis look like.
We could. That is a true fact, Johnny.
Both my dudes though have got twin pistols.
Twin pistols.
Dual pistols, I guess. Yeah. But as well as doing this on the jacket, you can do it on the boots.
Okay, and that
Great sort of scuffing across the front.
Go, go.
The back.
You can do it, Johnny.
I got it. It's just taped up very well, so.
Ooh.
Let's have a look.
Quite a bit of goons there.
Yep. There are a lot. Should we just hold this up and say,
Or you can put them under the camera.
how many do you get? It's ridiculous. I think there are 45 minis in the whole set. So yep,
Yeah.
putting it under the camera now, under the close cam. Just move it around underneath, maybe. So here we are. Oh, some of the other heroes at the top. I'm so glad I put that lid back on.
Oh yeah, then they'd have to make fun of you instead of me for dropping paint.
Yep. Well, you
The
saw
curse would be broken.
you saw the shirt that I'm wearing, right? Lots of capes there. These minis are very nice. Very cool. Oh, look at this one. Yep, looks great. And then lots and lots and lots of goons. You guys with automatic rifles, and then, yep, pretty much everybody else has 2 automatic pistols. Very cool. So lots of stuff, lots of great minis in the set there. And I think I just knocked the camera. I'll get it. There we go.
Almost done with all the colors. Almost done. And then I shall
What should I do?
shade it.
Shade and highlight?
Shade and highlight. Bring her to life. Should probably also like paint some eyeballs in there under her mask. But I haven't quite figured out if I want to do that or if I just want to color it in all black, like how superheroes will put that first.
Right, yep. I think you should probably go that way.
I think it would look better.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It was just the box.
That was
The
the
Mai
box.
Tais, Johnny.
Putting the lid back on the box. Gives a new meaning to that, right? Not that I remember what the old meaning was, but... there we go. A little bit of Cantor blue out. I think somebody just said something about...
I only use gray primer.
I'm going to use gray primer. Yep. That's a fairly common thing as well. A lot of people just use gray primer.
I understand that though, because I prefer like if I'm doing charcoals or pastels or anything like that. Oftentimes I'll use brown or dark gray paper
Yep.
because it's the same kind of effect.
Yep.
Picks out details a lot better.
And from there you can work down, work up.
Yep, got that mid-tone going on.
Yep.
And I'll do the same in Photoshop if I'm doing digital artwork as well.
Okay.
I'll put some kind of digital primer
Right.
and instead of working on a plain white background or something, I'll work on
Well, that's cool.
a different color. But it also lets you know how all the other colors are going to end up looking
Right. Yeah.
and working together.
That's very neat. Okay. What do we got? I think here I'm just trying to give these a sort of a feeling of jeans material. So I'm just taking some of the base color that I used, the Cantor blue, and mixing in some of the pale gray or the light gray. and then rather than doing long sweeping highlighting some things, I'm just giving little lines like that
Ooh.
to give that kind of fabric texture.
Mm-hmm.
And I can come back onwards, particularly on places like the ass that is about to be kicked, or on the thighs.
Just do a little shoe print right on his butt.
Like in concrete dust or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to give it a sort of a little bit of a crosshatch kind of look. Just adds an extra little bit of depth and detail to it.
All right. So she has base colors done.
Hooray! Shall we show?
So yeah, we'll show it. So now I'm going to clean up
There we go.
all the little lines. I'm going to add some shadows, add some highlights,
Check out that. Have you got the artwork?
fix her eyes.
Artwork.
Do-do-do-do. And we'll see
That's
how
using
that
the artwork.
goes. It does
Doesn't look
match. I
bad.
picked the colors, so
Yeah.
that purple looks a little bit more blue up there,
It
but I
does.
guarantee it's purple.
It is purple.
It's very purple.
Yeah. Great. And I think once I think it'll have more of that purple feel once you punch out that red.
Yeah.
Make that red a bit brighter. That'll be great.
I feel like if I do the red highlights, it'll have more of that kind of velvety red kind of look to it.
Right. Yep. Yep, for sure.
Do-do-do-do.
Just while I'm doing the highlight on the blue jeans, with this blue shirt. And I just realized that I'm now required to get Kick-Ass done in how much time we have left. 53 minutes. Can we do it? I think we can do it.
I think you can do it. I don't think I
Let's give
can
it a
do
go.
it, but I think you can do it.
Okay, so just quickly then, I'm going to use. I wasn't going to use a contrast flesh color, but I will use one now. Now that I'm on the clock.
Go, Dave, go.
Woohoo! You can do it. Thank you. Pardon? Is it Rob Schneider? Yeah. For some reason I was thinking it was Roy, but that's a completely different actor. Hmm? Roy Schneider? Yep. That's the one. Police Chief Brody. Exactly. So, okay,
All right.
getting this done quickly.
Then
And I'll
I
probably come back with
need
some bright silver on these
fix her face a little bit,
pistols.
but just like a little bit.
There we go. Okay, and while I'm waiting for that to
I'm
dry,
gonna steal the flush back,
go for it. Cool.
just for a wee dollop,
That's right. I need to let this
just a little dollop of flesh,
just a dollop.
just a dollop.
Silent Green is people. Okay. Cool. I think so. I'm going to grab Kick-Ass there. Can you pass me the card?
I can.
Possible. Thank you.
Ta-da!
Oh. So there is going to be a perfect green in amongst these contrast paints.
That was a lot of confidence.
Yep. And I think I'm going to go with Orc Flesh. So I'm going to start with that, and then come back, and all of the so on the uniform here, all of the these yellow lines.
Mm-hmm.
So what I could do was go through and do sort of all the yellow first against the white prime, so it's would pop,
Yeah.
and then come back and very carefully paint the green in around there. But that will take forever. So the best thing to do is going to be to paint the whole thing green, or the whole green uniform area green, and then come back and paint that over the top with a color like Avalon Sunset, which has a great coverage over darker colors. So we'll do that. Try that instead. So as I'm splashing this on and waiting for the other stuff to dry, should we look at the second batch of minis?
I think we should. As I drop my mini into the abyss.
Are you ready, Johnny? Oh yeah, cool. So Junebug minis, painted this Hero Forged Dragonborn. You painted up for D&D. It looks really cool. Very nice. I know she said that she had spent a lot of time on the wings of this.
Ooh.
And while she
I
was
like the
working on
bright
it,
yellow.
yeah, she wasn't super happy with the wings while she was working on it, but when she finished it, I was very happy. And I think it looks great. I think it worked out really well. I like that they're a little bit darker on the inside, rather than sort of.
Yeah,
outside
it makes
tone.
it makes them look more realistic, like they've been.
Yep. It does look good. Very nice. Good work, Dreambug.
Not that I know what dragon wings look like, but
How do you imagine dragon wings to look like? So a Reaper Dark Heaven Bones Colossal Skeleton. That's a lot
okay,
of words.
that is a lot of words.
But Callie O'Malley has done a fantastic job on that skeleton giant. That looks super cool. And I love the work on the axe as well, the axe club thing. Jason Cambria. Oop. Oh no, all good. Jason Cambria, the Bone Devil. He's just finished this
That
Bone
does
Devil.
look terrifying.
It does indeed look terrifying. It's I'm not sure I wouldn't want to fight that again.
Again.
Once.
Just once.
Yes.
You enough for
10 out
once.
of 10
but-
would not fight again. But no, looking great, Jason. Nice work. Very cool. Denise Michelle Perez. Not bad for just starting out, eh? Tips are welcome.
Oh, that does look really good. It's so crisp.
Yep, it's fantastic. I think it's one of the things that I always say about when you're starting out painting, the key thing first is get that working in neatness.
Mm-hmm.
And Denise has done a great job there. Getting everything is very neat and, as you say, crisp, very tidy. But yeah, looking cool. So this is a like a standard bearer for the Sisters of Battle that we'll hopefully see later this year from Games Workshop. See the plastic updates. This is an old metal one and looks fantastic. Nice work, Denise. What do we got next? Nick Barbian. Thagrosh. So Thagrosh, I think, is from Hordes from Privateer Press.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's been working on the wings and all of the skin, the flesh colors. And I think the way you've got those muscles looking, particularly around the chest, the torso, the ribs there, looking great, Nick. Very nice. Excited to see what colors you use for the rest of it. Orville Andrews said, "Here's the results after just 1 hour." Just 1 hour?
Wow.
That looks amazing. Absolutely fantastic. So this is a probably an Eldar Warlock, I think, or an Eldari Warlock from Warhammer 40,000 on a jet bike. But yeah, fantastic work. Really nice and neat.
Very tidy.
It's got that great looking blend on the front canopy of the
Speaking
jet bike there.
tidiness.
But yep, looking really good, particularly for just an hour. Nice work, Orville.
Try to tidy up my own mini.
All right, yeah. Well, it's an important part. It's one of the 4 C's is correction.
And it's just
Correction.
sometimes you just blob it on until it makes the shape you want.
Right.
Sometimes that's all you can do.
And sometimes you just hope and pray
Like,
that it's going to blob on correctly. Chris Cox here is painting up a whole bunch. How many is there? That's like 5 boxes, I think,
oh wow!
of Imperial. Maybe
so
not.
many.
Maybe 4 boxes of Imperial Scouts, Scout Troopers. It looks fantastic. And I think on this post, he said that he wasn't sure he was going to be able to get them all finished before he ran out of black. It's like, yep, there's a lot of black to paint on those. Not as much as the white, of course, but you can do that with the prime. But no, looking good, Chris. Very nice.
Very good, very good.
Oh, and Chris Gorka is Wraiths by Reaper Miniatures.
I like the blue.
Yeah. Well, it's the thing that really pops out from it, isn't it? The black against the black robes and the dark armor against that black background really guide everything towards
It just
that.
makes it look so ethereal.
Yeah. Yeah. Does look.
I really like
very
seeing stuff like this when they do some kind of effect on the sword, like electricity or flame, something that they actually put into the sword to give that effect.
cool. Right. Yep. Yep. I think the fade there on that Chris has got on the sword looks really nice, crisp. I think possibly a little bit of picking out a little bit more with the like the brass on the front of the head, like almost the Wraith's tiara, and they call it. Don't be mad at me, Chris.
It's a tiara now.
Yeah, but the dark iron armor looks really good too. Very nice. Cool. Thanks, Chris. And Spain is working on another new member to the group. We've had so many new members to the group in the last couple of weeks.
Because they love us.
Probably like 40 or 50 people joining in the last couple of weeks, which is fantastic. So much awesome. So it's really exciting to see everybody who's new joining us, posting up minis that they're working on. And Clan Sarasa from Hate. Oh, yeah, we didn't actually, Rick and I didn't paint any of these back when we worked on the Hate miniatures. Hate. Instead of kick-ass. But yeah, these ones are looking great. I love the, I'm thinking that's a shaman standing like on the background on the right-hand side. And yeah, looking very raggedy. But nice work. Nice work, Spain. Oh, Jan Rogers painting up some minis from Zombicide. And yeah, this one looks very cool. I think I'm guessing this is from like Zombicide Black Plague or Green Tide, the two fantasy sort of setting ones. But yeah, looking really nice, Jan. I think you've captured that artwork really well. Nice one. Brian is painting up a couple of Troll Blood Warlocks. So again, these are from Hordes from Privateer Press. Looking good, and I'm loving the flame on the one on the right hand side there.
Oh yeah, that looks
That's,
fantastic.
Yeah, it's looking spectacular. That flaming sword is just awesome, and the look on his face as well. The goggles and the ah! That's amazing that we made the same sound. There you go, Brian. You know exactly what sound that guy is making now. That looks awesome. Oh, and Jeff Hodrich painted the Oni of Skulls from CMON's Rising Sun. It looks great. I really love the blue you use. Just super vibrant there, which works really well with that bone and the gold sort of kind of look there. But no, very nicely detailed. Good work, Jeff. Looks great. Dwight Crow. Oh, the Mask of Slanesh. So this model, Gretchen has.
Ooh.
So that staff that it's holding in its hand has two.
Has the mask,
Has the
theater
mask.
mask.
It has the theater mask. So it has like comedy on one end and tragedy on the other. So it can flick back and forth depending on what you want it to do. But yeah, looks. And as you can see there, like so from the side angle, you see that it's held on that staff away from the face, but on the right-hand side, the angle the photo is taken from puts that mask right in front of its face.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so great paintwork there, Dwight, and excellent photography too.
You know, Carl's saying Dave's the Goddess from Cerberus Studios that he posted was stupid good. Funny you should say that, Carl.
I think it might be coming up, possibly. But Chris Hood, Reaper, Grey Maiden, and Barbarian. Looking very cool there. The Yep, I love the work on the armor there, that shield, and the choice of the blue gem on the center of that sort of bronze shield.
Very well
Yeah,
done.
just perfect. And matching it with the blue gem on the sword. Nice sort of connective nod. But yeah, good work there, Chris. Nice one.
Speaking of which,
Oh, there she is.
Haha!
Woohoo! So, so in July, August, I was working with my friend Gary Krieger on his Kickstarter for his game, the Genesis Project, and we used a temporary placeholder piece of artwork for the cover of the rulebook. And then right towards the end of the Kickstarter, he sent me a picture and said, "Hey Dave, what do you think of this?" And I was like, "It looks like that miniature
That looks awesome.
has been made based on that artwork." And I was like, "That's amazing! You've got to get hold of that." So actually, Cerberus Studios sent him a copy, and he brought that to Nova, which was a couple of weeks ago, and I grabbed it off him and painted it up so that it kind of matches the artwork. Because the miniature
Yeah.
itself didn't have the burning on its side, but I added that in. But you can see on the right-hand side, that texture, sort of the cracking skin and the lava or the burning kind of coming out of it. The texture there, I was just using one of the GW texture paints, to sort of being dabbed on. And then I got like one of my dry brushes and sort of stippled it.
So cool.
And then let that dry and primed over it. And actually, to be honest, a lot of this was done with, or started with contrast paints. So I did the skeleton horde on the cloth, and like dark earth flesh on the skin, and then built it up with other colors like Rin flesh from Privateer Press. And then just did that, like mixed it into the black, so through gray to get the black, and then painted those little things.
Carl says, see what I'm saying? Stupid good. I don't think I've ever heard Carl actually speak, but that was my best.
That's how you think. That's your best Carl impression.
Yeah.
Stupid good. But no, I'm really stoked about how it turned out, and I appreciate that a lot of people are really enjoying it. I think somebody meant when they saw it, I painted on a few sort of dots of what do you call it, like ash, as if so it looks like they're floating across away from the burning section. And somebody mentioned that it was like Thanos had snapped his fingers and the goddess was dying. So it's good. I'm glad that effect came across on the mini.
It's always good when you try to do something and you manage to get it.
Yeah. So it was cool. So that was when the week that I painted that was the only miniature that I worked on that week, or painted that week. I assembled a bunch of minis, but didn't actually paint any others. The week before that, I painted like 30 models.
Slacker.
I painted 30 models a week. It's like averaged out like 15 models a week, which was good. But no, really super excited to get her done and finished and have it turn out so well. But yeah, cool. Just shaking some of that. I actually need to be painting this Orc Flesh. Kick ass. So now, we've done all that talking. I've only given myself 35 minutes to do it.
All according to plan.
Ready, begin.
Let's see. This is a charred brown. Is this a black? I don't think that's a black. This is a black.
You got a black?
I
Found
don't-
one?
yeah.
Okay, cool. What's the black for? Are you going to shade
Look,
the...
I'm going to shade in some of that cloak
Oh, okay.
and some of...
You might also want to
Oh,
try that.
ooh, that would be even better.
Yep. A little bit of black wash. Very good for the shading.
Every
So I think this is gonna
day
work out well.
painting with you is like Christmas.
Like Christmas?
Like Christmas.
Like when you get gifts sent to you
Yeah, like this.
from the team at Game Trade Media? Which will happen for somebody who uses the hashtag I know words.
Having a moment?
I know
you
good
having a
words
stroke?
today. Yes. I know words good today. The
Hashtag kick-ass, everyone!
Kick-ass. There we go. Hashtag kick-ass. You can win a copy of the game Kick-Ass from CMON. And so, yeah, pop that in the chat. And I guess by the end of the show, or just after the show? Just after the show, and it will be announced on the Game Trade Media Facebook page.
When Johnny feels like it. When Johnny finishes his Mai Tai. That's when...
His picture of Mai Tais? I'm sure that's what he's having back there. It's just Cherry Coke.
Cherry Coke from Jimmy John's.
Much less exciting. But I think...
So am I really the only one who's actually seen Kick-Ass in the room?
Yeah,
Correct.
and like,
Wow.
I think possibly even in the chat.
we covered that at the start of the show, Johnny.
I know. It's just I'm still in disbelief.
Yeah.
When did it come out?
Oh, a couple years ago. I can't remember exactly.
I think I was in college when it came out.
I mean, it was a while ago because Aaron Taylor Johnson, who plays Kick-Ass, is all grown up, and he was Quicksilver in Avengers. Age
I
of
had
Ultron.
no idea of
Okay.
that at all. Wow. It's all full circle.
There we go. And his batons are green as well. So much green. Green and
A
yellow.
lot of green.
Pardon?
Said it's not easy being green.
Yeah, it isn't easy.
I got that reference, Johnny. Don't worry. I got you.
I just didn't hear it because I'm old. Not that I didn't
Well, and
understand
I
it.
mumble.
Not that I didn't understand it because I'm old. I just didn't hear it. That's my excuse. That's a Hulk reference, right? No.
Sure.
Okay.
It is now.
Wait, you mean it isn't? Okay. It's a Kermit reference.
I wish they would have made the Hulk say that.
Or at least the credible Hulk. Like Hulk in Endgame.
I think that would have been absolutely hilarious.
Yep. There we go. Look at that. 4 minutes to get to that stage.
Bragging.
Well, in
Sorry.
all fairness, you've used one color, and it covers about 95% of the minis. So.
No, not my fault. Not my fault. So he just handed me the mini. Let's work with what I got. But now I get to let that dry. I'm going to take some of the elf skin tone, actually, that I mixed in for the leather jackets, and just use that to highlight their hands there. Maybe mix a little bit of white in as well. And then paint up these pistols.
All right.
I'm not sure if that's coming through in the midst of our silence, but the so we had some folks. They were out in the hallway, painting the hallway.
As
today,
you do.
As you do. A lovely vibrant purple,
As you
just
do.
perfect for Hit Girl. And it sounds like they're now vacuuming the hallway, as you do. So. Can't hear it on there? Nope. That's because you've closed the door. But okay, that's good. because we're doing so much talking here.
We are.
Where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
Oops. Okay.
Well, the funny thing is that Leona came in and asked me, you know, they're finishing up out there. Can
Yep.
they vacuum?
All right.
What am I going to tell them? No, you can't leave because we're painting minis in here.
Sure.
That sounds reasonable. No! We're painting minis. Minis take priority.
The vacuuming is disturbing my painting techniques.
Wait, I'd have to have a technique then. I better find one. Who wants to tell me what to use? There we go.
Okay.
Actually, speaking of people telling us what to use,
Oh.
there was a little bit of chatter earlier. I'm not sure if you saw any of the emails. If you had a chance to see any of the emails.
I haven't checked my emails today.
Oh, okay. Then you might not have seen it. But apparently you were talking with Leona about the Inktober
Yes.
kind of thing. So I'm not sure if everybody knows what Inktober is. If you don't, would you like to explain it to?
So every
The folks at home?
October, there is a inking challenge, right? And it started up as just a for fun things. It's not a competition. It's not a, nothing to stress out about. But people started putting up prompts, and then there became an official prompt list. And it's for every single day of October, from the 1st to the 31st, is a new prompt. And they're pretty vague on the official list. They're, maybe something like someone put up like electricity or something like that, and
Yep.
your theme has to be within that. And you can doodle or you can do a full painting. It's really up to you, but the whole point of it is to bring back traditional work. So hence Inktober, you'd be using ink. So yeah, Leona and I were talking about how to apply that to painting minis.
I think that's cool. I like the idea. So I guess the question, I think we could probably take the official list and apply that. Minis obviously, well, not obviously, but they usually take a little bit more prep time, or they might be
Yeah.
more specific, that kind of thing. So it might be that we're not asking everybody to paint a mini every single day of October. Johnny certainly is. Johnny's asking everybody to paint a mini every single day of October.
Johnny's like, get with it.
Get with it. Yeah, if there's something, if there's one of those prompts, if we put it up beforehand, one of those prompts that catches your eye, and people can jump on that and paint a miniature that's connected with it, I think that'd
Yeah.
be pretty neat.
I think that's awesome. And some people even do their own prompts, or it's less of a, like I said, it's a no stress ordeal. The whole point of it is to get people creating.
Yeah.
And get people trying to do as much artistic stuff as possible in the month of October.
I think it's really cool. I like that idea. So I guess the question is then, do we just go with the official, well, I say official, but the official list,
The official, unofficial list?
unofficial list?
Why
Or
don't
do
we
we
leave
make up
that
our
up to the chat? We have till October.
Okay.
So, chat, do you want us to create a list or a series of prompts for all of Inktober? Or do you want to use what's already up?
And of course, it'll be using it to guide your miniature painting.
Yes, just as a guide, not as a definite have to.
Yeah. I think it's a cool thing.
I know I'll definitely probably be posting stuff here and there on my Twitter, Instagram. Maybe not with minis, but with actual like inks or
Watercolors.
or
and that kind of thing.
watercolors. Yeah.
That's cool. I'd be happy to paint some minis during October that have a. I guess hopefully there'll be some sort of spooky.
I think some of them are
theme.
spooky themed. I know that there's one that comes out every year that is a witch theme.
Okay.
I think the October one itself, that's like the official Inktober, one tends to be somewhere in between, like spooky aligned and just vague enough to where if that's not your thing, you could figure something else
So
out.
spooky adjacent.
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't actually taken a good look at it this year, though, so who knows?
Yeah. And that's the thing as well. We could, if we did put something together ourselves, we would publish that well ahead of time.
Ah, yes, it would be before October actually started.
Yep. But no, I like that idea. Here we go to pistols are done. Oh, not done, sorry, but base coated.
Trying to get that
I'm gonna-
cell shading done.
You are?
I'm
Something else?
attempting. I'm trying. We'll see if I attempt correctly.
I'm gonna say it again. Mike Cousins is the guy. You should definitely check out Epic Duck Studios. Does fantastic work. Very, very nice stuff. Okay. Man. Pardon?
No?
Oh.
No? Oh, oh.
Oh. We've had the... Yeah, something from David Moffat. We had...
Wasn't really paying attention?
Now I don't understand the question. It's like
It's grade school
all
all
over
over
again. That's cool.
That's all right.
So if is that the question about Inktober? Or the Inktober variation?
So, Inktober is a prompt list to get people painting all throughout the month of October, and we were thinking about doing a little bit of a minis version where you could paint minis based on that prompt list, or the question was if you wanted us to make a prompt list specific for minis. Carl says that he's leaving. He has to sign off. Great show. Hashtag punch butt.
Hankstad? Man,
Dave, you're having trouble today.
I need some of those Mai Tais.
Have you? I think you've had too many Mai Tais.
I do need to take my pills. I do need to take my pills.
I still think we should have used punch butt as the hashtag.
There's the hashtag. Well, maybe we could give away a second version to anybody who used punchback, like Carl.
The one person.
The one person. But yeah, hashtag kickass. There we go. I said it all correctly that time.
You did. I'm very proud.
I appreciate your sympathy. Okay.
We care about you, Dave.
Thank you. Thank you. As you get older, you start to wonder about those things. Just kidding. Okay. So now, kick-ass is dry. We'll go with this. We'll go with the bright yellow for his gloves and shoe. Actually, no. We'll be able to do that first. Need to touch up. One of the things with the contrast paints, you might have seen this talk about before, is that they don't do well over other colors.
They really don't. They don't have that opaqueness to them.
Yeah. They do really well over the light primer coats, so like white or the, what do you call it? Wraithbone or Grey Seer primers from GW. So I'm just going to touch up these areas here. A little bit of white paint. And it's back to good. Okay, oh, I'm going to touch up his face here as well. We've got a little bit of green in there. Now,
paint this girl's armpit. So the sword's in the way. I'm like, how do you paint around the pit?
It's the painting yoga. There we go. So using some of the Ayandan yellow here. And the shoes. There we go. And a little bit more. With this, I'm not too worried about splashing it around on the base, because I'm going to come back and paint it black anyway.
That's
To
what
tidy
I
it all up.
decided about her shoes. I was very careful, and then I was like, wait a minute.
I don't have to be so careful. That's good. So I think and that's the other thing with the contrast paints. You really very definitely got to wait until they've completely dried. So otherwise, it's very, very easy to get them running together. Which I don't want to do here with the yellow. Okay. There you go, Johnny. 2 colors and 99% of him done. But now the fun part is all of that. Yep, all of the line work.
This is why I didn't choose him.
Right.
I didn't know enough about Kick-Ass, but I knew that he had the yellow stripes.
Lots of yellow stripes. Okay. I'm going to paint that in there for his face. As I mentioned before, I was going to use some, there it is, Avalon Sunset for this. I really like this color. It's got a good opacity to it. So it gives great coverage over the over darker colors there. So pop that on the side there. Oops. There we go. Bring some of that out into my palette. And I could try and go along and paint it all sort of in the same grain. Oh, Jenny's zooming in and moving around. It's kind of crazy. I could try and paint it along like this to follow those lines. That's going to be kind of tough. If I slip off to the side, I'll need to go back and do a lot of correction. So what I'm going to do instead is turn my brush on sort of perpendicular to the line.
Ooh.
And work along like that. Because thankfully these lines are quite well raised on the surface. So hopefully it won't take too long to kind of run around and do these.
So would you say you're using more just like the edge of your brush?
Yeah, yep. So just looking at it here, you can see how the brush sort of it's passing over the line. I can just get some more control over the sort of amount of the surface area of the brush that's hitting that raised area, that raised line. It's kind of it's very similar to edge highlighting technique. If I had a sharp edge or a piece of armor, or actually I can do a quick example here on my thumbnail. If I wanted to highlight the edge of my thumbnail, I can just run the brush along like that and leave the yellow. Of course, choosing yellow against my thumbnails is probably not the best idea. I'll come back and do that later with something else, with a darker color.
It just made you look like you have some kind of weird tone, like fungus growing in your fingers.
Sure, yes, that's exactly what it does. I probably shouldn't have just stuck my brush in my mouth after doing that. Hope nobody's grossed out by that, apart from Johnny.
It's all good.
Yeah, if you don't know that's how I roll by now, welcome. You're a new guest, new viewer. Okay. So you can see down here, if I look a little bit closely on this one, there are a couple of spots there where it actually sort of bled out onto the green.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'll do afterwards is just come back and touch those up once everything's dry and do that correction, which is an important part to keep that sort of that neat look and neat approach. Everybody should be going back and doing that correction all the time, but the more you do it, the more practiced you'll be about where you put your paint in the first place, and the less correcting you'll have to do. One of the things you might notice on the goons, as I worked on them, the last thing that I did was the metal on the guns, or working on the guns.
Ah.
And the reason I usually save my metals for last is that they look better over like a black base coat.
Mm-hmm.
So I can use the black to touch up any areas, and sort of do any correction that I need to, and particularly around the sort of the hands there, I can be nice and neat and take my time, and then put the silver over there. So pretty much for most of my painting, if there's any metallics, if there are any metallics that are going to be involved, unless they're the primary color, I'll probably save them till last on the paint job. So many tiny little lines. You did choose well.
I was not about it. I was like, nope. I see where this is going.
Nope. Big nope. I think it's the cool thing is that you can get a really good kind of look in a really short amount of time. There's even more on the back. What? Okay, that's neat. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. So I know that I know now that Gretchen doesn't remember any of the 40 videos that she shot at the show. What was your favorite one, Johnny? Or what was your favorite?
I can't choose favorites. You can't ask that of me.
Okay, I'm going to ask it of Johnny. What was your favorite? The favorite new game that you saw at the show?
Oh, that's tough.
Top 5.
Well, Wizards of the Coast has an expansion coming out for Dungeon Mayhem that I'm a huge fan of, so I'm looking forward to that mainly.
Okay.
That's the one that stands out right now on such short notice.
Cool. Very good.
And those are the opinions of John, me, and not of Alliance Game Distributors or any of its subsidiaries.
Sorry, can you say that again?
I said that's the opinion of me, John, and not of Alliance Game Distributors or any of its subsidiaries.
Oh, okay, right.
Where we love all games equally.
All games are wonderful.
It's tough. It's tough to pick. So I mean,
It is.
Like, there's a lot of cool stuff. I mean, even there's stuff that's coming out that we haven't shown yet. Like I was talking to Kirk or Kurt from Smirk and Dagger.
Yep.
And he was talking to me about stuff that they have coming up at PAX Unplugged. So, I mean, there's
All
always
right.
new stuff to be excited about.
There's so much.
Yep. That is cool. So much stuff. Okay. Now, this part's going to be fun. I'm just going to show this under the close cam. Here's the artwork. And you can see up on his head, there are lots of fine lines.
Oh, that's scary.
So, but when you take like something, this is quite big, but of course you can imagine this on a like 1-to-1 scale
Yeah.
costume. When you shrink that down to like a 28mm miniature, all of those lines really start to stack up next to each other. Yeah, here we go. Look at that.
Ah, as I almost drop her.
So, I'm not sure if this becomes easier or harder to do, but probably end up doing have to do a little bit less line work, but I have to try and be a little bit neater as I do it. And there, I've just ruined it. Immediately. Oh well.
No one will notice.
No one will notice. Good thing that didn't
Mini
happen out.
Painting Studio, say hey, friends.
Hey Josh, how's it going? There we go.
Someone
What
in
is it?
chat actually said Dungeon Mayhem is big in their store.
Dungeon Mayhem is big in their store?
Yeah.
Excellent. Very cool. Which store is that?
Um,
Which store is that? Tell
doesn't
us.
say.
Tell us. Tell us about your store. Big fans.
All right, how are we on time?
8 minutes? Is that all?
8 minutes to destroy all my hard work.
You can do it.
How shall I do it?
Here's a pot of green water. Nope. Okay.
I'm too afraid to actually add any black lines because I feel like my attempt at adding white lines to make it look more comic booky did not go horribly.
Okay.
And I feel like if I add any black, I'm going to mess
It
up.
might go horribly.
Yeah, it might
Okay,
go
right.
horribly.
We don't want that to happen. So, I'm at the point where I'm just going to touch up a couple of these lines.
So I might actually be done with her.
Yep, I need that one. I need, yep, that one will be good. And so one,
Put her
this
up
here,
here.
where I've got some spots like, I don't know if you can see this on the close cam. Yep. Oh. There we go. So just here and here, a couple of places where the yellow tripped over. Then I can just come back with the green. Oh, the green's a little bit thin, so I'm just going to add a little bit of black to darken that. And will help with that sort of shadow line on the edge.
I'm going to touch up some of the little highlights I did on the back.
And there's a spot
It's dark gray.
just up there.
I mean, Dave, this is going to be one of the advantages of using the wet palette, so that if you do make a mistake and you need to go back over it, a paint that you've previously used is still, hasn't dried out on you.
Yeah, basically, that's sort of typically what you'll find. A lot of people who use a wet palette all the time, or use it to its full advantage, are doing a lot of mixes, and they might need to come back to those mixes kind of regularly over the space of a painting session, over like 2 or 3 hours. For me, I don't I do quite a few mixes, but none of them are super important to have that specific mix. But yeah, it is one of the advantages of the wet palette. So touch that up there, a little bit there. Excellent. I think that's coming together.
Oh, I think they said Peninsula Games was the name of the store.
Oh, Peninsula Games? Cool.
All
That's
right.
great. Okay.
She's done.
She's done?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have the null? Oh, we popped it back in here. No. Go.
I was cleaning
You're
as
being
I went.
conscientious.
Yes,
That's awesome. That's great.
So I didn't just knock everything down.
So here's show the card again, just quickly. The batons. Oh, there we go. They have that green kind of look to them, but they are darker than his outfit. So I'm just going to run a black wash over them. Sort of darken it down, make it a little bit different to the, what do you call it? To his outfit, costume. What is it, a superhero costume?
Uniform?
Uniform? Not sure.
Who really knows?
Cool.
All right.
Well, I'm going to, you already painted the base black? That's all I got to do, is paint bases black.
Yeah, I painted the base. I did her little highlights to try to make her look like she was popping out of a comic book. Try to get that pop art vibe. I'm on it today, Dave.
Excellent.
And I would have
That's
only
cool.
had 8 minutes to paint Kick-Ass. if I
Well, I
would.
think I'm trying to, like, you certainly could have got the green down on him.
I could have gotten the green down. I would have just dunked him. I
All
would've
right,
just
okay. Totally. That'd been great. That's the way to go. That would be very good. So while I'm painting these bases, what are you up to this weekend? Are you relaxing?
I am going to make pierogi
Okay.
with a friend of mine who is visiting, and she is Polish, so she knows how to make like legit pierogi.
Okay.
And we're gonna make them, and we're gonna try to shape the pastries into looking like dinosaurs,
Okay.
because we can't have normal. We can't have normal pierogi.
No, of course not. That sounds certainly pedestrian.
Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit of a cooking weekend. I'm also gonna bake some cookies for a friend of mine who just had surgery.
Okay.
And so I'm putting together like a heal quickly package for them. And then if I can remember, I have a different friend who's healing from a different surgery
Okay.
who I wanted to make dinner for.
What I'm hearing is that if you're Gretchen's friend, you will soon need surgery. Is it a cause? It's not a causality thing.
No,
Okay,
I
right.
was
Gretchen,
not.
we can't be friends anymore.
I was not there when any of these people fell ill or got injured.
Okay, that's good. Wait, maybe if you had have been, would it have stopped? No. Okay.
But I am participating in the healing process.
That's fantastic. That is really good.
So the one has dietary restrictions, so I'm making a roast. I'm gonna go over with dinner.
Right.
But my primary joy is baking. So the other one is just gonna get all of the sweets.
Right.
Because
Nice.
what makes you feel more better than just sweets?
Sweets. Baked sweets.
Baked sweets.
No,
Delicious.
that sounds good. Yep. We've been watching a little bit of the Great British Baking Show, the new season.
I've been watching that, and I love it so much.
It is very cool. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, so Leona and I decided that the Great British Bake Off,
Yep.
or the, they changed the title. Is
Yeah,
that
baking
it?
show. Great
yeah,
British Baking show.
Yes.
Yep.
Should be a card game.
That
And
would
it
be
should
cool.
be like a board game type thing or a card game or something where you are going and you are laying down your cards and it's like, yay, I'm cooking, I'm good. And then you can get like a Paul Hollywood handshake.
That'd be sweet.
Or
Yep.
you get the disappointed Paul Hollywood, or you get told you have a soggy
Underproved.
bottom. Yep, not
Underproved.
proved enough, proved too much, not baked through, soggy bottom are all cards that can go
Right.
against you.
That'd be cool.
Or you can get a scrummy card,
Yep.
and then you would rack up little star points because you'd want to be Star Baker.
Right. Nice. And the aim is to have Prue ask you for your recipe. Yeah.
I love it. See?
Yep.
It works out.
Perfect.
It's perfect.
I like it.
Perfect game. It's gonna.
Everybody make it show. Make it show. Make it so.
Make it so. Yeah, we were talking to people and we were like, so people who make board games, you should make this board game. And they're like, that'd be great if we wanted to buy the rights to that, but we don't.
Sure, you can come up with some, like, not Paul Hollywood. Like Stephen Bollywood or something like that. But there we go.
Stephen Bollywood.
Stephen Bollywood. Yeah, so you get to see, so there's just 4 of the 45 models that you get in the cool kick-ass box. The kick-ass box.
Yep.
And there she is, Hit Girl.
Da, 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 da.
Which I'm also led to believe is everybody's favorite character. You're wrong. Johnny says yes.
Confirmation, yes!
Yes. Excellent. One of the goons. I think that the blue, like dark blue, like a work shirt.
I think it
Works well.
It works
Good
good.
choice.
With the mask though, it reminds me a little bit of Jason Todd. With the mask and the guns and the
Okay.
little bit.
Right here.
Yeah. Did you not
I did
understand
not get that reference.
Thank you, Johnny.
I was hoping that
He is one
you
of.
just let it go and I can look at it afterwards. But no.
Oh, see, now we have to give you the whole backstory.
Yeah, Jason Todd. He's one of the Robins. Fallen. Yeah.
Okay. Like Dick Grayson is one of the Robins?
Yes.
Okay. Right here. There you go.
Yeah, see, but Dick Grayson then went on to become Nightwing, and like Jason Todd, if I remember correctly, was caught trying to steal one of the wheels off of the Batmobile. And Batman took him under his wing and made him one of the Robins.
But he was too
was
violent.
that when the Batmobile lost its wheel?
And the Joker
Okay.
got away. Yeah.
I got that
So
reference.
there's a lot of young, troubled, young, dark-haired orphans in Gotham that need Batman.
So I understand, yeah. Yeah, I can believe it.
Jason Todd was one of them.
Okay.
There's a whole storyline.
Right.
It's a really good animated movie. Joker voiced by Mark Hamill.
Cool. Excellent.
I know those nerd fans.
Yep. I recognize those names. All good. But yes, so hopefully you've enjoyed watching us paint up these dudes and dudettes who are all about kicking ass.
Yes. Fighting
Very
crime.
Fighting crime. So keep an eye out on the Game Trade Media Facebook page.
Yep. Join it if you are not part of it so that you can see if you won it.
Yep.
Won the game.
Won the game?
Yeah.
So yes, so if you want a copy of Kick Ass, still shrink wrapped. It's over there on the shelf.
Unopened, shrink wrap, intact.
Look at that. Woo-hoo. Nice. Absolutely fantastic. But it's been a real treat painting these minis. Like all of the CMON
They were fun.
minis. They're really well
Might
sculpted.
take some red and flick it on our swords.
That would be cool. Yeah. Nice and bright.
Johnny in the distance. Yes, do it.
Do it.
Oh.
Finish him.
But yeah,
Okay.
that brings us to the end.
It does.
It does. Oh,
Dear.
dear. Shall we?
Let's.
All right. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Painting Happy Little Minis. Join us next Thursday. I'm Gretchen,
I'm Dave.
and we'll see you at your friendly local game store.
Thanks for watching Painting Happy Little Minis. If you liked it, leave a like and a comment below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new content.